to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, don't condemn me, you need it, I got it listed, yeah. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it, yeah. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface, still they try to drag my name in dirt. They try to bring me down, see me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? It's your favorite uncle, man. It's Uncle Demi, and I might have to go ahead and let you know right now, man. Game-breaking information that just came out. Game-breaking information for 2K23, and I gotta go ahead and give it to you. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat it, man. There's gonna be a lot of changes. A lot of changes, man, in 23, and be honest with you, I'm really excited. So I don't want to be long-winded because it is a lot, so let's just hop right into it. Again, so now you see right here, first thing it talks about, man, it says NBA 2K23 is nearly here, and it features gameplay enhancements that elevate the competitive intensity in all aspects. The main pillar for us this year can be summed up with one word: authenticity. Now, as you're going to see throughout this, they're basically trying to make this game as simulated as possible. A lot of that left-right cheese and all that stuff has definitely been taken out. So again, this is going to be more of a simulated type gameplay. And again, someone like me that always like to have that realism in a game, this right here definitely hits close to home. All right, so again, right here, it says the team worked hard to create as much parity as possible in the on-court gameplay between current and next gen. Below, we detailed the info. Okay, so let's talk about this. It says defense was the emphasis. I don't want to go through all that. Thinking about how we can bring out this history to the game. We looked into virtual games, Okay, cool. So they upgrade the Pro Stick. Now, I did go ahead and read ahead on this, so I don't be long-winded with this. And the cool thing with the Pro Stick is, as you're going to see right here, the most obvious upgrade in addition to new gesture combos is to the Pro Stick. Initially, we referred to a new mechanic as double throws. Flick the Pro Stick in any direction, let it go back to the center, and then quickly move it to another direction and switch backs. Okay, so basically, what that means is that now you have full reign with your right stick, man. Like, you flick it just to the right, you do a scoop right hand layup. You flick it to the left, you do a scoop left hand layup. Down, like, I mean, you can see right here, it talks about flex on the rim. So you see right here, for dunking, the meter, skill dunks for NBA 2K22, ability to force difficult dunks into traffic with a time shot meter. So just like it was on last year on 22, this year is just more enhanced. It's a different meter. There's different meters you can pick from, actually. And the cool thing is that now you can, like, force these dunk ups. There is extreme skill involved in this. So again, as you see right here, you press up with R2. Of course, it's always with R2. You do a two-hand dunk. You press right. You do a strong hand dunk. You press left. You do a weak hand dunk. Now, strong hand means you're, like, if you make your player right-handed, they're gonna do a right-hand dunk. If you do it with the, so that means the left will be the weak hand dunk. You press down, that's a rim hang. Now, that's new. When you press down on the rim hang, now you can hold R2 and you can move the joystick around and hang on it. So I think that comes flex on the rim. It says, you'll notice with the new map, you can now have control over rim hangs. For new gen, we've taken the control to an all new level with the physics based on simulated rim hangs. This is an incredibly entertaining and wonderfully complex piece of tech that has been in development for some couple years. I guess 2K's been working on this for a while. And it says the controls are simple. Use one of the new rim hang gestures mentioned above when driving towards the hoop, but keep the sprint trigger held. So if you hold R2, and then of course, you can use the left stick to adjust the momentum of the swing. So you can hang dunk on the rim and you hit left, you can swing to the left, swing to the right on it. I think that's pretty dope, man. And then it says right here, finesse your way to the rack. For slashers who want to finish with a little more finesse, double throw gestures are used for hop step layups and switchbacks and Euro steps, cradle layups, right? So basically that goes back to, like I said, you have the right joystick, you run it down the court, you just go ahead, flick to the left, right? To go start to the initial left and then hold to the right and then he'll Euro step, right? So now you have full range control of that right analog stick to be able to do that, which is pretty dope in my opinion. You also see that now they have new layup packages for Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Nikola Jokic, Zach LaVine, John Morant, Sue Bird, Diane Taurasi, and more. So there's a lot of really cool animations coming here for post players. Double throws can be used for post drop steps and post hop shots. Switchback gestures will give you a shimmy shot, some hooks. So basically, that, like I said, man, the right analog stick is gonna be able to do a lot. Now, they haven't gave much detail on that, but I'm pretty sure if you hold an R2 in the post, and then you flick one way, maybe you do this a nice little shimmy, then you go back the other way, you do a hook or something, and that type of combination. And then it says combine memorizing skill moves. So it says dribbling NBA 2K22 has taken a life of its own as became a sort of game within a game. Ball handlers are going to enjoy the combling up in NBA 2K23 as the new gesture combos give you even more options for your arsenal. Switchback gestures will now perform dedicated signature dribble, cross, and hezzies. Cross combinations that you can assign as part of the moving crossover signature patches have grown from 15 to 28 options. So now you have 28 different crossovers and hezzy combinations. It says learn the speed of your stick. Again, it's all going back to the right analog stick. You can change your players' no more signature size ups by rocking the pro stick back and forth rhythmically. So again, this is going to give these ISO players more free reign to be able to have their own unique dribble style. So if you're looking to have your own dribble style and be unique and not just be cut and paste like a lot of people are, this is going to give you that, okay? But the big thing here is, again, it says, while it's fun to clown your opponents with a flurry of flashy dribbles, we do not want to encourage players to dribble the entire shot clock out while their teammates fall asleep. Energy will deplete much quicker. So again, you're not going to be able to dribble as long, so your stamina bar is going to deplete quicker when spamming too many moves together. So it's important to be efficient, and not play with your food too long. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. ISO players, the first combination, they kill them, right? They first combination, they beat their man, and what they do? They bring them back, and they do it again. Now 2K's like, nah, we don't want to see that. You beat your man, you break him down, go to the cup and score, pass the ball, make a decision. Because as you see right here, the adrenaline boost. Now, this is going to be huge. And to me, I'm a major fan of this. The new feature prevents over dribbling to the concept of adrenaline boost. These are 3 available boosts per player per possession, as shown on small bars under stamina. So basically, you have your stamina, right, that we're used to, and then under stamina, you're gonna see 3 bars under there. And again, boosts are consumed every time you perform a hard goal or explosion sprint launch. Once your 3 boosts are gone, you'll notice that your speed and acceleration decreases significantly for the remainder of that possession. So it's not like when you lose your 3 bars, then all of a sudden you pass it and then you get it back. Your stamina will come back, but your 3 bars are done for that whole possession. I think that's going to be huge because now it's going to cause a lot of the community to make some adjustments and start to play more team ball and more of that simulated type stuff, all right? Again, more authentic shooting, and this is where it's going to be. So basically, shooting also gets some nice upgrades for NBA 2K23. In NBA 2K22, success from the outside was heavily weighed towards coverage. If you could get an open look, you could balance out poor ratings and inaccurate timing. This year, we wanted to make authentic shooting. Again, like I said, everything's about authenticity. Model that compares the essence of great NBA shooters' capabilities. The first major change in addition of shooting attributes since the inception of signature jump shots in NBA 2K22 basketball, animations have been more or less aesthetic, but functionality the same. This year, each signature jump shot has a unique shooting stats that help determine its effectiveness. So basically now, when you go to create your shots, these shots now are going to have their own unique effects, right? So again, it's going to be like, now you got to decide which one of these, as we're about to talk about, that you want, because you're not going to have the other ones. You got to find that balance in between. Again, I love this because now different bases and releases are now going to affect it a lot differently than it has before. As you see right here, shot speed. We're familiar with shot speed, okay? How quickly the shots get to its ideal release point. Release height, how how high the shot is released. Okay, so now the height of the shot release. Defense immunity, how effective the shot is against defensive contests. I think this is going to be insane. Now again, I don't know if that means like when you're getting bases and stuff, does that mean like attributes are going to be like lined up under the jump shot meter? I mean, like the base, like if you got like, you know, everybody loves jump shot 3. Does jump shot 3 now have like these categories here and it tells you like +3, -1, whatever? Like, I don't know, but I think that's pretty dope. It says, and then timing impact, adjust shot windows to reward good timing at the cost of an increased penalty for bad timing. So now each jump shot is now going to have different type of window releases, which 2K Labs already made that known, but I'm guessing now this is going to be even more of a thing. It says also adding a huge number of shot animations to choose from. This is dope. over double the amount of previous versions of 2K, and there's much more accurate to each player's real-life jumper. For my players, shot animations will be gated by shot ratings. Okay, so now it's not your, I guess it's not your height, it's gonna be your shot rating that's gonna change what jump shots you can get. So you'll have to play around with the options to figure out what works best for your skill set and play style. So keep that in mind. It's your shot rating that's gonna dictate the jump shots that you can use, not your height no more. It says shot meters and feedback. We already talked about this. You see now there's also 5 new shot meters to choose from, with 15 more that you can unlock throughout the season. So now there's gonna be all these different unique shot meters. But again, I don't use a shot meter, but if you do use a shot meter, you're gonna be able to get some really dope, beautifully put together animations. As you can see right here, each meter completely fills to the end, which is your ideal release point. Then empties on the late side, a la 2K17, 2K20 type meters, okay? You'll notice a subtle change to how shot feedback works this year. You use your shot arcs to help indicate whether you are early, late, or on time. So by paying attention, you can easily tell right away if your release is off. Also, with the shot feedback enable, you're delaying the timing coverage overlay and green release animations from coming up until the ball hits the basket. So that's another thing. Green animations are now late. So when you shoot it, even though you're green, I think this is dope. You're not even gonna know, or your teammates are not gonna know until it actually hits the basket. I think that's pretty dope because, just to be honest, in real life, even though you might feel the shot is going in, it might not go in, right? So why in the world do we shoot and automatically know if it goes in? I think that this gives it more, again, authenticity, realism to the game. So now when you shoot a shot, right, even though it might feel good, right when it go into the bucket, boom, you get the green release. Okay, bet, it's in. Boom, it's in, right? That's just what it is. Players always shoot and they follow through because they know it's in. Steph Curry is one of the few people that can shoot the ball, turn around and run away and they know it went in, right? But for the most of us, we shoot the ball, we hold it and see if it goes in, then we run down the court. And I think that's pretty dope, okay? Here we go, facilitate the offense. For the playmakers out there, you'll need some new tools at your disposal as well. The lead gen basket pass makes it so basically this is about telling you how you can pass ahead. That makes a return to new gen so that it works the same as current gen, allowing you to simply press and hold the triangle or the Y button to get your receiver to cut to the basket and release the button to throw the pass, right? So that's pretty dope. Another alternative is a new spot up pass metric, which I think is pretty dope. If you press and hold circle, the receiver you're pointing at with the left stick will perform a quick V and flare out. Now again, I guess this is more my career. I mean, this is more like playing like against computers, whatever. But now you'll be able to have that type of control in my career. Defensive gameplay, I think this is pretty dope. Defense remains a huge priority. Again, for my lockdowns, this is huge for me. We all know offensive upgrades in the world don't make for fun if there's no counters to stop them. So let's talk about some of the great enhancements that we made. Shot defense received an overhaul, which we all knew that needed to be done in 2K23. Up until last year, we used a simple shot defense calculation that looked at 2 specific points: the location of the defender when the shot started and the proximity of the ball being released, right? That was pretty obvious. So just because you might be close to him, if you didn't jump and your hand wasn't by the release of the ball, then you still consider it open, all right? It worked well, but also had its shortcomings. If defender's hand or arm moves slightly into a bad position right at the point of the shot or release calculation, you could get a bad coverage score, even though it looked like a very good contest. And that's what I just was talking about. This year, we created a system that evaluates the defensive player's contesting hand throughout the window of the shooting motion. The larger sample set provides way more accurate results in helping you line up the coverage numbers to what players expect based on what they see happening on screen. So this is going to be huge, man. Like, if we can keep that going and this right here doesn't get touched, that's going to be huge, man, because we all know how players just literally can just shoot all day, every day, and have no way, shape, or form any type of penalty on that. So hopefully that works out really well. On-ball defense, this is huge. On the floor game, on-ball defensive movement and body ups receive a major refresh with new content that more accurately depicts today's one-on-one player interactions. So that means they must have been revamped all interacting animations when it comes to bumping them. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some really dope, unique animations when you like bump people. You also notice a new indicator on the ball handler when in guarding position. This is a new defensive shading metric. 3 bars on the indicator represents 3 zones: straight up, right, shade to the left, shade to the right. So I'm guessing under the bar, you'll see 3 little indicators in front of you as a defensive player. The zone, the defender is shown in red. So if you're straight up on the offensive player, then the indicator is gonna blink red. And if the ball handler attempts to attack a red lane, you'll cut him off. So basically, you now as a defender, an offensive player sees that you have a red indicator. So if he tries to run right at you, you're going to cut him off. And then again, if you shave him to the left, if you try to run that way, you're going to cut him off. I think that's going to be huge, man. Great defenders can anticipate the ball handlers attempting and will now be more clearly rewarded. That is going to be awesome, bro. That's going to be awesome. The shading system works for both on-ball defenders guarding the perimeter as well as posts. That's going to be big. Shot blocking. Now, we all knew how big shot blocking was. Like, that was like the only way you can get contest, really. Shot blocking has been refined quite a bit this year as well. With NBA 2K22, we made a huge effort to improve blocking targets and give players the ability to deter any shot that comes into the basket. You ain't lying. For NBA 2K23, blocks have been tuned to a more realistic level, leading to much more predictable outcomes with the right players making appropriate stops when timing their block attempts well. That's dope. No more small guards pulling off LeBron James. Thank you. Yo, that's nothing worse when you're like a center and you're really getting contested by a guard. Like a guard jumps, you're like, bro, there's no way that contested me. So that's dope, right? And you're not getting those LeBron James chase downs on a smaller guard. That's dope. He said in the past, you've always risky trying to pull off tomahawks and back scratches with defenders, even remotely nearby. We made some changes to encourage good dunkers to use a greater repertoire of dunks, feel the reward of the highlight reels with the significant takeover boost in the right situations without fear. This is going to be dope. So now you can be able to use other animations without being worried about getting blocked. Because I remember, everybody just uses what? Front clutches, quick drops, and Clyde Drexler and Scottie Pippen. That's it. Still in ball strips. Ball strips are now more improved this year with tons of new content and better coverage. So if you are a smaller defender, quick hands can just be as effective in slowing down slashers and bigs in the paint as a good shot blocker. You've also added failed strip contact layups to make sure defenders still inputs and respected instead of getting ignored. That's dope. So that's just a big one right there. When the ball gets knocked loose by a blocker still, you'll see greatly improved sideline awareness doing scramble plays, picking near the out of bounds lines, and a more reliable diving ball saves that throw the ball back into play. So basically, I'm getting over a cold, so work with me. So basically now you're getting really more dope animations of like saving the ball, right? I've seen some amazing 50-50 ball saves that would make Dennis Rodman and Alex Caruso proud. So that's going to be pretty dope. Again, it is revamping and putting way much more animations in there. And then here's the big one right here. Now we're talking about badges, builds, and takeover. This is going to be huge, all right? So one of the first things everyone does when they pick a new version of 2K is experiment with the building a new My Player. This year, the major goals of the player builder were refinement, polish, and balance. You still have complete control. So that's good. You still have complete control of your My Player. But now we want the new builder ensures that all builds, regardless of size and speciality, are fun and balanced. So that's going to be huge because everybody was just making the same builds, right? And we want diversity. So the 5v5 environment used last year to test work-in-progress play builds is also now accompanied by a 3v3 environment. For new gen players, this is especially useful if you love to hoop on the city courts and want to make sure your player can hang in the streets. So basically, making sure that your player can play in the rec and play in the park, right? That's basically what it is. Like, sometimes, like free throws. So I don't know if that means like, free throw is no longer a thing and like everybody can shoot like a decent free throw or something. I don't know, but that's what I get out of that. Another huge addition to the build system is that the animation purchases will now be account bound rather than specific to one save file. That is going to be huge. So basically, if you buy an animation for one player, guess what? It's now going to be for all your players. And I think that's about time. So that's going to save you a little bit of VC in the long run. You don't have to worry about continuously buying quick drops off one for all your players. You can get quick drops one time, and now you have it on all your builds. So that's going to be pretty dope, right? Now, for current gen users, this is big. You're no longer limited by the pie chart system from the last couple years, as it's been replaced with the more robust player builder the new gen uses. So now current gen, congratulations. Current gen players, y'all now have the new gen builder. So now, big ups to you. Y'all can now look at the builds that next gen players are using, and you can be able to utilize that now on old gen. Okay. Now, let's look at the new gen badge system. Remember, this is big. New gen badge system. So obviously, this is not for old gen, but this is for new gen. So the most important change when it comes to building players, is the form of a new badge system for new gen. We're looking at a telemetry from previous years, we noticed that players often gravitate towards the same badges. Ain't that the truth? Circus threes, sniper, blinders, what's the other one? Stop and pop. Come on, man. Same badges over and over again, right? This year, we're moving to a tiered badge system. These are 16 badges per category. Dang! So you only get 16 badges per category now, right? 8 in tier 1, 4 in tier 2, and 4 in tier 3. Tier 1 badges are the least powerful for your player, but also cost the least amount of badge points. Costs go up as you climb the tiers and acquire the more impactful badges. The basic idea is that you need to equip a certain number of badges in the lower tiers before you can equip badges in the highest tiers. Wow. So now, basically what that means is, remember, Unc always been preaching, yo, man, don't be scared of bronze and silver badges, right? Always sprinkle it around. I've been doing this. I never had my builds just have like 4 Hall of Fame badges and that's it. I have a couple bronze, I have a couple silver, maybe like a gold and 1 Hall of Fame, right? That's just how I do, because I know the importance of animations, right? So now, y'all have no choice, right? You're gonna have to basically, almost like how 2K19 was in 18, remember how you made your player and then it already had like badges lined up for you? Obviously, you have free reign to pick what badges you want, but that's kind of what it is now. So now, you gotta have a bronze, but you gotta have some tier 1 badges just to get a tier 2 badge. You gotta have some tier 2 badges just to get a tier 3 badge. You gotta have some tier 3 badges just to get a tier 4 badge. So now you're gonna see people having bronze, silver, sprinkling around. That should definitely shows diversity within badges now, because people are gonna have their own feel of what's the importance of a bronze badge. So that should be dope. The motive behind this change was to encourage players to make some I just talked about it. Tough choices when creating their badge recipes, make loadouts more valuable as a feature, and bring a better overall balance to the badge game in general. Along with the tiers, we're also introducing core badges, which are 4 unique badge slots, 1 in each attribute category that can be filled with badges that don't count towards your badge points. Ooh. Each badge will have a challenge requirement. Once met, will allow the badge to be placed into your core badge slots. So does that mean we back to like, what requirements? Maybe you have to hit like 300 threes in the park or something, right? We also made several changes to the badge themselves with the highlights before. So I think that's dope. Like now you get 4 core badges. That's not going to count towards your points. So I'm guessing you'll get your 4 badges that you really want, but you're going to have to hit certain type of requirements to get them. So I think you're gonna have to grind a little bit. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to work to get those. All right. Finishing. So Slithery's back, which makes it easier to, okay, we already know about that, get the traffic and avoid collisions. Masher, that's a new badge. Masher increases the ability to finish inside layups over defenders. We also have, what's that? Aerial Wizard, ability to successfully complete alley-oops and putbacks. So now they got rid of, it looked like they got rid of Putback King, because now Aerial Wizard is also going to work with alley-oops and putbacks. Bully, oh, I love this one. Like Giannis and LeBron, able to finish strong by bulldozing through traffic. Oh my God. Just the old head slash in me, bro, just got excited. Like, you trying to tell me I can just get bullied and just plow through people like Zion did in high school to them high school kids? That's gonna be crazy. They removed hook shot specialists. They have Agent 3 with the ability to hit difficult 3-point shots off the dribble. So Agent 3 would just replace circus threes, it sounds like. MIDI Magician, improved the ability to knock down mid-range jumpers off the bounce or out the post like MJ. So basically the difficult shots and all that has been put together to MIDI Magician. Amped reduces the shooting attribute penalties when fatigued and when moving excessively. Okay, so basically that's Volume Shooter. That's been replaced. Claymore, this is a dope one. Increases a spot-up shooter's ability to knock down, catch, and shoot jumpers the longer they remain stationary prior to shooting. So the longer you sit there, and we all know about those spot-ups, the more your attribute goes up for Claymore, right? So that basically means the stiller you are, the longer you are, catching and shoot it's going to be a dope badge. So that's dope. Comeback Kid, the ability to shoot perimeter jumpers when trailing in the game. Now, does that mean trailing by 1 point? Or does that mean like clutch shooter where you have to be trailing by a certain amount? I don't know, but I'm thinking it might just be if you're just trailing, period. Maybe. Hand down, man down. If you know Mark Jackson, that's Mark Jackson saying, makes an outside shooter even dealer if the opponent fails to get a hand up in the face. So basically now you gotta have your hand up. So I'm pretty sure it's back to no more automatic defense. You're gonna have to hit your right stick up to play defense on that. Space Creator is back. Limitless range. Old favorite returns, making shooters more effective with any shot attempt from deep. So no longer is it limitless spot up. Now limitless range threes is back. That's gonna be dope. They removed Chef, Hot Zone Hunter, Lucky 7, Mismatch Expert, which was moved back to playmaking, set shooter, sniper, and limitless spotter, which is dope. So now you have killer combos. This improves the player's dribbles effectiveness with size up dribbles moves. Basically a combination last year, quick chain, tight handle. There you go. So quick chain and tight handles have been put into one for killer combos. Let me see. Clamp breaker. It helps ball handlers with more one-on-one body up confrontations to counter the clamps. Oh, there you go. So now if you want to get counter clamps, you're gonna have to get clamp breaker. If you don't got clamp breaker, barbecue chicken, baby. I like that. Vice grip improves the ball security immediately after securing the rebound. Oh my God. They finally did it, yo. They finally did it. Now when I get the steal, I ain't gotta worry about getting ripped immediately after I got the steal. I get the rebound, they spam square, and they immediately get the steal. Vice grip. Listen, mark my words, Vice grip is gonna be a very important badge. We're gonna find out what Neighbor got to be at. Bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame. But Vice grip is gonna be a very important badge, man. Almost like how Bullet Passer was this year. Mismatch Expert. Mismatch Experts has been changed. So now, formerly a shooting badge, this badge now helps smaller guards break down taller defenders when mismatched one-on-one. That's going to be insane. So basically now, when you get that big guard, when you're a guard and you get the pick and roll and the center gets on you, you're going to get stuns. You're going to get a stun because mismatch is a stun. But it's only against a bigger guard center after you make the switch. So that's going to be huge. And a lot of guards that love pick and roll are going to use that. Bullet Passer is gone, downhill is gone, glue hands is gone, and stop and go is gone. Now let's talk about defense. Defensive rebounding, anchor, a crucial badge for the last line of defense. Defense bigs improves ability to block and contest shots in the paint. So I guess that takes away rim protector now. Box out beast helps rebounders with box out battles on the offensive D. So that's just box out, just new name. Workhorse, the Pat Bev badge that boosts your ability to hustle down 50-50 balls and play hard-nosed defense without getting tired. So basically that's volume shooter and hustler into one. All right, volume shooter. Not volume shooter, defensive, whatever it was for defense where you didn't get tired. Whatever that badge was, and hustler, that's going to be into one. Then you have glove, named after the legendary Gary Payton, helps you strip, so that's basically pickpocket. Now it's called glove. And then you have challenger, improves the effectiveness of perimeter shot contest. Oh, that's dope. So not only can you get clamps, but you can also get challenger. Yo, lockdowns can go crazy, man. Like, there's some badges for lockdowns this year, man. This is what I'm loving to see. Team takeover design. So now, basically, I read this, but I can go to you quick. Takeovers are special abilities you can equip with my player that you can activate after building. Basically, like getting hot in real life. While the primary and secondary takeovers remain the same, Team Takeover has been redesigned. In the last couple of versions, a player would activate Team Takeover for the entire team and make everybody hot after filling up their primary, secondary, and then Team Takeover meters. In sequential order. For NBA 2K23, the takeover works as a cooperative team system with the entire team, sharing a single meter. Each player on the team has an equal portion that they're responsible for filling. So basically, there's buckets. If you're doing 3v3, there's 3 buckets. Each player has to contribute now, which makes sense. How are we gonna have team takeover and my man ain't even did nothing the whole game? My man just sit in the corner the whole time. So if you're a lockdown, you got to contribute. You can't just sit in the corner. You got to get some steals. You got to do something, right? Most of the time, it's going to be easy for the guard, right? We all know guards are guard dominant. They're going to be able to fill their bucket up. But the center and the lock, y'all got to put in some work, okay? It says team takeover automatically fires off for the entire team. So if you fill up the buckets, the whole team gets it. The new design makes a lot more sense and does a better job representing what it means to be hot as a team and to take over the game as a unit. That is just dope, all right? So now, we got offensive movements, defensive improvements. Now again, this stuff right here is basically just talking about the mechanics of the game. And again, like I said, I don't want to get all too in-depth in that because it's already been long-winded. But again, you know, this is all about AI and my career stuff. You know, I'm more of a park player. But again, it says NBA 2K23 is packed with AI goodness on both ends of the floor for new gen consoles. Again, this is all new gen. The current gen, old gen, you can't do that. Here are some of the highlights that the AI engineers and Desar have cooked up for you. Okay, so this is like, again, man, this is for like the my career people and that type of deal, but I don't want to get in that because I don't want this to be too long-winded. But yo, crazy stuff, a lot to unpack. This is long, as you can tell. This is 5,000 words, man. It's a long one, but man, if you stuck through with me, man, I appreciate it. Obviously, there's some good stuff here. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I think this is gonna be so good, right? It's a new change in the game. As you can tell, I'm amped. I'm so excited. 2K23 can't come fast enough. But other than that, man, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon with the banger. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.